I mean, you sound like a dude.
I think it's still on the setting. I don't. How do how does this sound? Does that sound better?
I
Does
don't
that
know
sound better?
what the fuck is going on with this.
Do
Are
I
we
sound good?
live? I don't know.
Are
Yeah,
we
Paul,
live?
you sound great, dude. Quit your fuss.
Keep fucking with it, okay?
Twitch TV. Let's see if we're live, cause my
I'm
my
going to
thing's
Twitch right now.
my thing's doing weird shit.
Yeah, we're live.
Coming in good. Yeah, it looks great. Okay. What is this? What's this button do? I don't know what that's doing. It's like recording clips, maybe? No idea. Are we still live?
Yes, we're live.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was doing, but it was doing something.
Oh, good afternoon. No, your adjusters are one dude watching.
Probably.
Uh,
Yeah, we haven't. We'll go live here in 7 minutes, technically.
By a night.
Let's see.
He's a prodigy, I get it. But I'm done with golf.
Let me go ahead and go Okay. So I have it. So you are able to take us in whenever you want to. Let's see.
Motherfucking. Mm.
Yeah, tell me about
Hold
it.
on. I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Oh,
Well, we
shit.
have 2 minutes.
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold up.
Wait.
Just a minute.
Oh shit. Get out of here. Oh no. Let me turn that dock off. There we go.
Wait, is that what you're drinking tonight?
If the mountains are blue, baby.
Send it through.
Yeah, and I guess I should keep them blue, huh?
I guess I should keep them blue. You need to fill up the decanter though with something.
There's a wee little bit left. I drank it heavily. But yeah, you're not wrong.
Okay.
Save the turtles. And
Save the
ducks.
turtles.
God, it's the one thing I hate about this room. I don't have a ceiling fan yet. So it's just it's stagnant, hot, sweaty. It smells like a hot turtle enclosure.
Terrarium.
Enclosure.
Terrarium.
You're in a terrarium.
I'm in one too, because like down here doesn't have a fan either.
All right.
Let's do this.
Oh, God, it's
Good
so thick and big.
morning.
Hold on
I
a
hate
second.
you.
Hold on.
Damn
Let
you,
me
man.
reposition my.
Are you good?
I just gotta hold on. Yep. No.
Are you good?
Go for it.
Good morning, afternoon, night, whenever the hell you listen to us. This is Drunkscussions, and we're your hosts. I'm Paul,
I'm Connery.
and we have a hell of a podcast for you today, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get to that, Connery, you redid your studio. It looks good. I like it.
I not only redid the studio, I completely changed rooms.
Yeah, you're in a whole different room. There's no black. It's all light and white now, so it's very shiny.
Yes, it's clean. It has not been infiltrated and punished by me yet. Give it a few days, and it will be.
Oh, so you're drinking some of them silver bullets, I see.
That and I bought some Bud Light. So,
Okay. Getting the mixture of the beers right now.
yep.
Me, on the other hand, I am happy because one of my all-time favorite bourbons dropped this last week. And I got my hands on the newest Pack 9 Blood Oath. And I love it. I'm so excited. I went through 3 of the Pack 9 or Pack 8s. So to have this one's instead of the last one was a cognac finish, this one is a cherry cast finish. So
fancy. I'm just sitting there
cheers.
drinking my whiskey tango beer.
Oh, it smells so good.
Yeah.
Just smooth. Nothing smoother. I love it. Anything new happening in life? You guys just got a new car today.
Fuck. Financially, I don't know how I'll recover.
No, I'll never financially recover from this.
Yeah, no. So Lauren and I, her Jeep. So background. Lauren's Jeep, last week she called me. She was like, hey, I put it in reverse. There's this really loud clunk and the engine light turned on. I was like, okay, you just dropped the transmission. And it was borderline dropping and I could hear it. I was like, oh, we need to sell this thing quick. So we get on Carvana. They are like, we owed like $8,800 on it. And I was like, we're not going to, no, it's worth maybe $4,000. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to lose my ass on this car. Carvana comes in at like 10.3. I was like, oh,
whoa,
I have equity. And then we went to CarMax and we weren't thinking about buying anything today. And that's usually how it happens. And I was like, when I worked
that's how they get you.
Well, when we worked at a car dealership, you know, CarMax, there isn't really any haggling. It's the salespeople hate their life. They're borderline suicide. And they're like, they don't make decent commission. They don't make they make like a set commission. In other words, you just sell a car, you get like your mini or whatever it is. They don't. So profit, not a big deal for them. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to buy a car someplace, that would be the place. They offer me $11,000. I was like, okay. So mind you, engine light was on, tire light was on because the tire never hold air. So we ended up.
What is going on with the used car market in America? It's a shit show.
I don't know. So we fill the tire real quick, turn off the engine light, we get it cleared, and we take it there. They appraise it at 11. I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I could take this to another dealership, buy something. So we were looking we were just walking the lot as they were doing the appraisal, and we saw this really, really good looking car. It had the interior she wanted. It had all the fun features. It was so we ended up, anyways, yeah, we ended up buying a fucking car. We bought a Toyota RAV4, the XLE Premium, nice wheels, all the fun features, sunroof.
It's also black and white, so you guys got that Stormtrooper Toyota family going on.
Yeah, my truck's black and white. We have a really good looking, white Toyota Power thing going on. No. And I just, for starters, I'm sitting here, I'm like, this interest rate, we'll talk about let's talk about that later.
We'll break that down here in a second.
Let's have a drink.
Regardless, everyone cheers.
Let's have a drink. Cheers.
A hell of a week in front of us and a hell of a podcast. Let's go ahead and roll that intro.
Oh fuck. That was a lot.
1, 2, 3.
I'm a type 2 civilization hipster.
Jesus is watching you. You're gonna all burn in hell. That's why Antarctica's off limits. It's just a bunch of penguins fucking each other, and it causes a chain reaction. People lose their fucking minds.
Trust me, man, I've seen some shit.
Nice to be in orbit.
Roger, 0G, and I feel fine.
You should probably go get that checked and shove a finger in your bum. You're laughing, but it's already in there. Logan stanky leg over there. Y'all need Jesus. Yeah, so anyways, used car market. Just in general. Fucking
welcome
nuts.
back.
Yeah, welcome back. So yeah, used car market, absolutely crazy. The interest rates, like I make okay money. We have great credit scores.
Yeah.
We're doing all right. And I'm like, oh, my interest rate, I'll probably get like 5%. That's decent nowadays. So go to the credit union, they're like 7% on a new car. I was like, okay, what about a used car with 14,000 miles and it smells like an old person? They're like 7.75. I was like, fuck. So anyways, 7.75% interest rate. That's about as good as it's going to get. And I had to put I came out of pocket like $5,000 plus the equity. But I bought a warranty and I was sitting there. I was like, man, this warranty shit, I don't know about. And they're like, you got to think about it, dude. It's Florida. If the AC goes out, you're already spending $2,000. I was like, yeah, you're right. So $1,300.
You would think though, as as car salesmen, that we would be really good at buying cars.
No,
we're not. We're good at selling cars. We're not good at buying shit.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, it has a Toyota safety sense. So all those fun features that are on it. I was like, okay, one of those goes out for 5 years and 75,000 miles. $1,300 for a warranty. I was like, it's powertrain, it's electronics, it's everything other than wear and tear items like the wheels, brakes, and windshield wipers. I was like, yeah, fuck it. And they're like, by the way, for the first 90 days, if anything goes wrong, anything, even wear and tear related, bring it in. We'll take care of it. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, fuck it. All I care about is having something that my baby and my wife are safe in. And considering my wife is driving a car, she's rear-ended people that are parked. I'm like, hey, if this car stops on its own.
I remember that blue Buick LaCrosse that you guys had. Didn't she back into someone not even like 2 weeks after having it?
No, you're talking about my Buick LaCrosse.
yeah.
She hit it twice. She hit 2 park things twice in a short period of time.
To be fair.
One of them was at the dealership.
To be fair, she couldn't see over that hood. She's so little. Like, you lift it up, that hood, it goes on forever.
I will say, though, Lauren, we had to pay cash, and I was like, I didn't bring cash for the warranty because I wasn't going to finance $1,300 warranty at 7% interest rate. I'm like, it's fucking stupid. So I was like, I'll pay cash. So we come home, she grabs cash, and then she goes back. That was the first time she drove it, by the way. She didn't even drive it, test drive. She didn't drive it home. She drove it back to the dealership to drop off the money and, pay for that shit. So anyways, she comes inside and her face is lit up. She's like, I'm ecstatic. I was like, why? And she's like, I can see over the hood. I can see the hood of the car. She was like, this is amazing. It was best driving. She's like, I love this car. I was like, that is all that matters. I was like, you got something safe, reliable. It's sexy as fuck looking. And the new redesigned RAV4s are gorgeous. I don't care who the old ones, ugly piss shit. Fuck those. They're garbage. New one's sexy. I was like, and it's a Toyota. I was like, It's good.
Those new Toyotas are just good looking vehicles. They really are. They've really stepped up the market
Oh yeah.
and pushed, domestic vehicles to really work on body lines and new redesigns. But regardless, let's go back to that. Back when we were selling cars,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like I remember I had $12,000 negative from my Hyundai Genesis, and I love that.
You
I
would
don't
have
think
had.
about that
You probably would have broken even or had positive equity nowadays.
with that car now. I know, I get it, but I love that car. But had a blown clutch. I traded it in and
You
on
beat the
that freaking
fuck out of that thing.
Yeah, I rode that thing hard and put it away wet. But regardless, I traded that thing in on that left F350 to eat that negative. And even back then, those F350s held their value, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I, on a 2010 with 75,000 miles on it that was lifted to the fucking sky, got like 5.5% APR on a used vehicle back then. Like the APRs have jumped up for a newer vehicle, and you're paying in the sevens. That's absurd.
When I
I'm never
first
buying a new car. Fuck it.
when
Never
I
doing it.
first bought my Tundra, I paid 18 grand for it, and I had a 10.2% interest rate because I had shit credit, no money down. I was basically an average American, and yeah, and
Yeah.
so I bought that. When I bought it, it had 70,000 miles on it, and for a Tundra, that's nothing. I was like, okay, I'm still driving it to this day, and I have almost 170,000 miles on it. It's beat.
Is it paid off now?
I owe like 6 grand on it, but I had it appraised too, and it came back at 18,000. I was like,
Oh yeah.
holy fuck. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, do I go and get a new Tundra? And then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I love this truck, dude. Where else are you going to get an 8 foot bed truck? It looks good. It drives like a dream. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, I'd rather throw 1 or 2 grand at it to make it feel different or make it feel new, like a new touchscreen or shit like that, than buy a new car.
Right. I mean, even if you put the full amount of equity down on a new vehicle, you'd still be paying a pretty penny on your monthly payment then, even with these brand new Tundras out there. Like
Yeah,
that's
I'm just
those
gonna
are
pay it
not
off.
cheap. Yeah.
I'm gonna pay it off
It's
and probably
ridiculous.
if I'm gonna buy another car, it is gonna be a sedan. I'll probably get like a Toyota Camry or something like that.
No.
And no, keep
the
my truck.
life. Okay.
Yeah, keep my truck, but just have something, because by the time I pay off that truck, I've got like another 2 years to pay it off.
And then you have something that you can like haul the dirt that you got for your house or those pavers or
Yeah.
anything you need, like, or your weights or whatever you got.
Yeah.
You have something to pull it.
That thing's a fucking tank, and it looks good,
It
So,
does. It does look good. And it makes me miss my trucks. Like I loved my trucks, but in this day and age, like bro, it is expensive with the price of fuel and everything to drive a truck.
I fill it up twice a week, and it's about $70 a week, or $70 per fill up. So I'm paying $140 a week just in gas.
See, like my MVDX, I only fill it up once a week and it's about $55 to fill up.
Yeah. So if I get a car, actually, have you seen the new Prius?
Don't even say that word.
Look at it.
Don't even
The new
looking at it
2024
right
Prius
now.
is fucking stunning. Really good looking interior, good exterior, got a little bit more power, and
2024?
yeah, dude. I think they
Okay.
look decent.
Ew. Oh god, no.
Nah,
No.
it's decent.
Nah. I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say nah. That's a no for me, dog.
Okay, say I get that though. I'm probably gonna end up doing a Prius. I'll be honest. I'll probably do a Prius. I'll probably
Why? Let me ask you why. Why a Prius though?
because if I'm gonna have something
Because
that's
the new one's
really-
all electric, isn't it?
it's still a hybrid.
They have a hybrid option, but I think their main one is all electric now.
No, that's the Prius Prime.
Oh,
You're thinking
okay.
of, yeah. So I would do it. I would do it in white with probably a black interior or a tan interior. And then if I do that, you got to think like I'm getting this car because it can go 700 miles on fucking $25.
So you're gonna come up and visit more? Just drive up here?
No,
No.
23 fucking hour drive. Are you shitting me? No, that's a horrible drive. Even in,
But
you
it only cost you $75, Connor.
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Look, I love efficiency. I love affordability, but at the same time, my time's more valuable than 23 hours worth of driving. I'm just saying. Like I could be in
I
a
mean,
Bentley
is it
and
see
drive
your
there.
friends and family like us that you love and cherish so much?
You guys are worth a $500 2.5 hour plane ticket.
That's fair. You've
Yeah.
done it more than once.
I've done it a lot. A year.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
But I just still can't get over the fact of where used cars are at in this country. Like, it's not even just Toyotas, because Toyotas hold their value above anything else, really. Toyotas and Hondas, for being
Without a
quote
doubt.
unquote foreign, but yet they're domestic made, hold their value more than anything else. But even domestics are jumping up in resale value. So, like, you have everything from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, anything like the Wranglers or the Gladiators, they're holding their value more so than like if you got a 15 or a 20-year-old Dodge Viper. Think about that. You can get a 20-year-old Viper for around the same price as a 15-year-old Tacoma. That's absurd. That's
Dude,
absurd.
there was a
Like,
kid at the CarMax that we were at looking at a new Tacoma. And I'm like, you're 16 years old, dude. How the fuck? And I'm thinking about it. There was people there buying Suburbans. I'm like, how is anyone? And they have maybe one kid and they're buying a brand new Suburban, 110 grand at minimum 7% interest rate. How? What the fuck are you
how do you
doing?
yeah, how do you afford that? I can't. And don't get me wrong, I would love to have a brand spanking new ass Suburban, but I couldn't afford the maintenance on it, along with the monthly payment, along with the fuel that it takes, because it's a gas guzzler.
It's that and everything else in life right now. Look, if you're renting, say they're a pretentious. Yeah, let's have a. I need another beer.
Cheers.
Holy shit!
Oh, you drank the first one already?
second one? What are you talking about, buddy?
Damn, he's
I'm
going
drinking
hard,
two.
guys.
Yeah, fuck. You're drinking liquid.
Daddy Sean's going hard.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, so let's say they're pretentious, right? We're talking Supreme kids. We're talking Nike boots and shoes and shit and the Yeezys.
Daddy's money.
Daddy's money kids, right? At the same time, Daddy, how the fuck are you affording this shit? You're telling me you're getting your kid a new Suburban, a new Tahoe?
JP Morgan Chase be paying him well.
Fuck me. Like, what are y'all doing for work? Do you
I
got
know, right?
investments I'm not familiar with?
Everybody's on the OnlyFans kick, bub. You got to jump online.
Have
All
you-
your fans have been wanting you to jump in on it, dude.
Dude, I have so many people want me to jump on OnlyFans. I've
I
sold
know.
two of my sweaty shirts and a pair of shorts. And I've made
I
it.
say stick with that for a minute. There is one thing that you can't get rid of and that your daughter does not want to see when you grow up, and that is your hairy asshole.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
Daddy, how did you make money? Well, so you see, honey, a long time ago after the COVID quarantine, we hit this time period where selling ourselves for money was really in. It was the thing to do.
Logan's in the chat right now. What's up, Logan? He says, my bike was worth more with 806 miles on it than it was worth with 3 miles on it.
That's absurd.
That's incredible.
There's no, like, logically, that makes no sense. It should not ever come to that. Like, a new vehicle with no miles that's brand new should always cost more than a used. Like, where is their logic here? That's what I don't understand.
Well, you got to think about it. It's kind of on the excess side. So during the pandemic, you had an excess amount of vehicles being limited, right? There was a high demand for new vehicles, but they couldn't keep up with it because the plants had to shut down. Now, used vehicles are continuing to go for more than a new vehicle because there's so much demand. And the problem is a lot of these vehicles, they made them. Now you look in the news, you've got General Motors, who's got a shit ton of Escalades, Suburbans, Tahoes, just sitting out in the
sitting
fields,
there.
Silverados sitting out in fields because they're just, nobody's buying them because it doesn't make sense. Why would you buy that?
Right, but then we're gonna hit a point where I guess they're trying to flip the market, right? The market, before it was like, yes, you could buy a new vehicle. It made more sense than buying a used. You got more bells and whistles, and less miles and more warranty. So buy this; it's only a little bit more than this used one. But then for a while, it was like, okay, the used market is so well that I can just get into that, and the economy is hurting everyone. Let's just buy a used vehicle. We're getting to the point where used vehicles are costing more than new again. So, like, why not jump back onto the new train and get some of these vehicles that are just sitting out there?
Well,
like GM, Ford, all these domestic vehicle companies and manufacturers should be selling these cars that are just sitting there that they can't move for a cheaper price. Because if they don't sell them at all, they're not making any profit at all.
They're not going to. You got to think about it, dude. It is now more affordable to buy a vehicle on the fucking market, right? So if you go to like Manheim, right? You go on Manheim, or if you go into the used car auction, you can buy a new vehicle, or newish used vehicle, pretty cheap. And then yes, there are dealer incentives, right? at the same time, dealers are kind of the problem here because the dealer markup on new vehicles, I could have bought. So that RAV4 I bought today, right? The XLE RAV4, new year, right? 2024 would have cost me almost $42,000.
So are you blaming the dealerships then? Are you saying it's the
Yeah.
dealership's faults for this area that we're at?
If I'm blaming anybody, it's the fucking government for starters because they're
Damn it,
allowing.
America!
Well, you got to think like dealers are pointless nowadays. In the 21st century, in 2023 alone, dealers are completely pointless, and Tesla's made a fine example of that. Tesla's
And you have things like Carvana, like you've already said, and CarMax, and all these online dealers that are going to your house to pick up your car and dropping you off a new one. And giving you like 30 to 60 days to like say, oh, I don't like this car. Come get it. I want my money back. Which is
exactly.
crazy.
Well,
So yeah, I don't understand how dealerships are making it except for one thing and one thing only,
gotta
and
think
that is
about it.
maintenance.
You got to think about it though. CarMax not allowed to sell new cars. Carvana not allowed to sell new cars. The only person that's getting by is Elon Musk with Tesla. He's allowed to sell new direct to consumer. Everyone else, every other manufacturer right now has government incentives that forces dealerships to be the middleman. And let's be honest, if there was no middleman, a vehicle that costs 40 grand is actually like 30. $30,000 is a realistic price for a $40,000 vehicle. The problem is you've got dock fees, you've got state local taxes, which would probably run no matter what. You've got dealer markup. You have them adding fucking points to the financing, right? So they're adding what, 4 or 5 points to the financing. They're profiting anywhere, even if you think they're losing on a car in a dealership. And this is coming from two guys right now who used to sell cars and not touch people friendly. I'm using that instead of saying the actual R word. People, when we sold them cars, right? They make so much money off of people because they're not educated on it. The financing world, especially, every bit of profit comes from the fucking paint protection warranties and finance. When the dealers are making points on the back end, holy shit.
Yeah, because there used to be a time, like all of our parents used to say, oh, like the old saying, cash is king. That's gone. If you finance, a dealership makes more money on the back end when you finance. So they push financing. Even if there's like something going on and they're like, hey, we understand you have this much money. You want to buy it outright. If you finance for this long, then you're going to get this much money off the car because they get a kickback from the banks on when you finance that vehicle. So like every single person is financing now. It might not have to be very long and you can pay it off, and there might not be a fee involved because there are. Sometimes there is a fee if you do an early termination or early payoff. But some, these modern banks are like, fuck it, do 3 payments and then give us the whole thing in total, and you don't have a fee at all.
Remember when we were selling cars and like 1.9 interest on 72 or 84
It's
months
gone.
was common?
Remember the 0% Toyotathon? That doesn't exist anymore.
Well, they do. They do have 1.9 on 36 months.
Yeah, on 36 months, not 0 for 72.
On a,
I wish I would have bought a car at 0 for 72 and still had it. I really do.
Remember when Corollas had a starting price of 17 grand?
Yeah, that's gone.
Now they're 28.
Or the Chevy, what was it? The Chevy Spark for 11?
No, it wasn't the Spark. It was the what was it? They had
that Chevy
Sonic.
The little Sonic. Yeah, the Chevy Sonic. It was like 11 or 13 grand for a new car. Little thing, but still, those days are gone. I bet those are what, 20, 25, $30,000 cars now?
No, they're probably about 23 grand realistically.
Yeah, they're up there. I'm about to Google this right now, actually, because I'm honestly, I'm interested.
Like if you were to hop on Chevy's website right now, design your own vehicle, do a base model front wheel drive vehicle, you'd probably be at 23 grand. You go to the dealer though, and they're adding their markup, and their markup is fucking 20%. It's stupid.
Oh, dude, what? You don't even want to know. A base model, 2023 Chevy Sonic. Guess it.
Chevy Sonic base model.
Base model.
24. Oh,
yes.
So I guessed it right.
It died on the dot. That's absurd.
That's ridiculous.
That's absurd.
We had to pay people to take them.
Yeah, I know we did. They were our minis. It's like it's been on our lot for 105 days, guys.
Fucking
If you get this, we're gonna give you a bonus.
the fucking owner of the dealership came out and said, "You take this car and I'll pay you $1,000 cash right now. Just get it off of my lot." And he came out and handed him cash, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, for starters, I'm making $150 off of this as a salesperson. By the way, for people that buy cars, if you destroy your dealer, they're getting paid $200 no matter what, right? No matter what. Even on a car
matter
that
what.
you probably don't change the price on. The only way they get extra money is if you buy the paint protection. By the way, fucking pointless. You'll never use it. I can assure you of that. They do a really cool demo where they light the hood on fire. This shit's a joke, right? It's
Does nothing
it's
for you long
wax.
term.
It's wax. That's all it fucking is.
Don't buy it.
Don't buy
The
it.
only thing you need to worry about is you buy a domestic vehicle is buy gap insurance. That's it. If you're buying like a Toyota or a Honda, don't even buy the gap insurance. You're fine.
The guy at
You're
CarMax, he was like, "Do you want this, this, or this?" And I said, "I want Gap, and that's it." And he was like, "Yeah, you sold cars." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not an idiot. Not an idiot. I know the car insurance company, and that's another thing. The car insurance company is still basing their numbers off of older pricing."
Hey, I'm just gonna say this because I know he's in the chat. Fuck auto insurance. Sorry,
Hey, Logan, love you, buddy. So he's also saying, brother,
brother. Vets
Brother.
over $100,000.
over $100,000. You're not wrong. Mid-engine
Not.
Corvettes are pretty fucking dope, though.
Titties.
They're pretty dope, and they are kind of on the supercar side, but realistically, fuck those. I would love one.
Yeah, but like if you're looking at it as you're buying a supercar, a mid-engine sports car slash supercar, I mean, for the horsepower and the things you're getting with a Corvette for only $100,000, yeah.
Is it-
Versus what? $500,000, $250,000, $300,000 on
No.
something like a fucking McLaren.
No, the Honda,
or
not Acura, the NZX
NSX.
or NSX.
NSX.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what 180,
No,
230.
it's more than that. I think we sold one that was in the red, their specialty red for like 290, dude.
Logan, Paul, you're mad because you destroyed like 20 vehicles. You're not wrong.
Yeah, but they were all paid off, so eat me.
What are you talking about with all that liability, Paul? That's all you get.
I keep buying old shit, bro. 95 Camaro, 95 Chevy 1500, 85 K2500, fucking 2005. Like I buy old shit. I like it because if I do break it, I don't feel that bad.
Paul's
if I
butthole.
break something new, I will literally cry myself to sleep every
Paul's
night.
Paul's butthole would prolapse if he realized what full coverage on a vehicle actually was.
No, I've only had two vehicles where I had to pay full coverage, and that was the Genesis.
Yeah.
That was a 2013,
And the Ford.
and the Ford.
Yeah.
That was it. Those are the only ones where I'm like, yeah, let's get the full coverage because you have to in order for me to buy this vehicle. But they really weren't that bad back in 2016. Like that wasn't a problem.
No, it wasn't. Today, it's definitely become a problem. Like even so in Florida, dude. Oh, our insurance rates just went up like crazy.
So
On
are you
auto.
guys an at fault state or a no fault state?
No fault state.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, it hurts. And that's like I live in Florida.
Florida, Michigan, Tennessee, there's a couple of them that are, no fault states. And those
Yeah.
are some insurance policies that are expensive.
So living in Florida though, it's like I want to move really bad, but at the same time, like I've got a good following base that are like, yeah, you're staying here, you're doing the fight and all that. But I'll be honest to my followers on TikTok,
It's difficult.
if another hurricane of Hurricane Ian size hits, I'm probably done.
And with how this warm water in Florida is right now, it's very, very possible that hurricane season this year for Florida is going to be absolutely horrendous. You're hitting temperatures at 95 degrees off the Keys, dude. That's absurd.
97.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gone up.
2 degrees off. Oh my bad.
2
But that's
degrees
still
though is a
that's
lot.
that's bleaching coral, killing ecosystems. Like that's a lot. Like I used to love diving down there. And like now, what are you gonna see? Parrotfish eating dead coral and shitting sand. That's all you're gonna see.
You're not wrong. Yeah. Did you see the new graph that came out where they're like the national surface
graph.
temperature of the ocean is like 3 degrees higher than it's ever been recorded in human history?
Yeah.
Which is
Recorded human history isn't that long, but yeah.
still, you're talking 200 years of recorded human history. Like that's significant. And the problem that you're going to have with that, yeah, you're going to have increased storm activity, but it's going to it kill the ocean, which is going to lead to dust. It's going to lead to a lot of other things that's just not going to be good at all.
No.
Like
And all hurricanes are, right, and I might be wrong, but this is what I was taught. Hurricanes are a way that the earth cools itself. Correct?
yeah.
So like if it's a hot temperature, warm like hot water, and it rises and you're having hot air meeting cold air and you're in the whatever fucking atmosphere up there, the someone up high. The idea is to bring that cold air down to the surface. Is that wrong or is that right? You're the guy that chases these fuckers pretty much. You're like the hurricane chaser. So is that the whole point? Is it a hurricane just to cool the earth? Like the earth is just pissed at us right now. They're like, fuck you guys.
It's not a bad way of looking at it. That's not a bad. So it's hurricanes are based off of a cyclonic activity, right? So kind of like a giant tornado. The thing about it though is as you have a upper atmosphere system with a low barometric pressure, as the barometric pressure continues to drop, it's typically because you have a funnel of warm air being blown up into a cold atmosphere, right? Atmosphere's
Right.
fucking freezing. Well, as the atmosphere warms up in that storm, the barometric pressure continues to drop, which leads to the storm strengthening, but also increasing in size. Now,
Right.
there is the odd circumstances where, like Hurricane Charlie, for example, was a very smaller but very condensed, powerful storm.
Because I know, like, with in tornadoes, if I'm wrong, or if you're, don't they also, if you have a tornado sorry, I said tornadoes, hurricane hit land, they can cause like cyclones because they're hitting like say a low pressure coming in and the high pressure, and you're already having a hurricane, and boom, all of a sudden you have like cyclones as well. So you can have a hurricane with tornadoes simultaneously.
So, give you a little bit of an idea. So, a cyclone is something that's actually like overseas. Overseas, they call a hurricane a cyclone.
Oh, okay.
Here
I
in the
thought
United
cyclones
States,
were
we
the
call them hurricanes.
water spout.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
they're
thinking
going to water
of.
spouts. So the thing about hurricanes, though, is a hurricane has one giant eye, but on the outskirts of it, all those different changes of air pressure creates tornadoes. So, for example, Hurricane Ian had a few EF3 tornadoes, EF4 tornado, and a whole bunch of smaller tornadoes on the outer bands. So the outer bands, that's bad because it can spawn tornadoes, but the eye of the hurricane is where most of the damage happens, or the outside of the eye, sorry. So yeah, hurricane's bad, no good. And the thing
No
about the water heating up is you're having an increased activity of the, well, hot and cold air mixing. The cold air of the atmosphere mixing with the hot air, causing a lower barometric pressure. You start getting into the like, so give you an idea. Barometric pressure when it comes to a storm, typically you're rocking around 1020 on the barometric pressure side. Once you start dropping to like the 980, you're starting to get into a category 2 hurricane. You start dropping even further to like a 960, you're getting into EF you're getting to a category 3, lower and lower. Like I think it was 926 when fucking Hurricane Ian happened. So I think what's going
And
to
you
happen.
stayed.
I'm a dumbass. Look at me.
I know.
I'm a Florida
you
man.
stayed. Promise me now, though.
Yeah.
Because Delaney's older and you have your house and your family and your dogs and stuff. Like, if something like that happens and it's coming for you, that you fuckers leave. That
I'll
you
probably. So here's
That
what's
you
going to happen.
leave.
I'm not going to.
You got to get out of that. Not like just come fly up for a couple of days and then go back.
No.
Dude, let it pass.
So I'll probably stay because I do help with body recovery after hurricanes. And
Well, then
that's-
send them. Your dumbass can stay, but like send the family.
Oh
out,
no,
but
no,
they're not putting
they're
them
leaving.
through that.
They're leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's that, or they'll move inland a little bit. Yeah. Logan.
That's ridiculous. But I mean, see, like here in the Midwest, we have tornadoes because you have like a low pressure front and a high front, whatever, hit each other, and boom, it causes a tornado. And like the worst we've seen here in Ohio is like an F3, really, in recent past. Like nothing crazy. But you go to like Missouri, where I was stationed at, they have like 4s and 5s on the reg. Like that shit's insane. I have not been to a state that has worse weather than Missouri.
Yeah, well,
Missouri.
Missouri.
It can go. Yeah, it can fuck right off.
Missouri. Yeah. No, I have a buddy that lives in Missouri, and he loves it because of how much storms are there. But he's also a contractor like me, and he's like,
well, yeah, that's where your money's at. Then
Yeah.
follow the money.
he's not wrong.
No, not wrong. But I mean,
Anyways,
if another hurricane does happen, that's more money for you, right? So cheers to that.
like I said, mm,
Oh,
probably won't stay. Well, I'll probably stay. Depends on my house. If my house starts getting a little bit too much damage to it, it's not worth it for me. Fuck you. You can have an old person move in and let the politics be the politics that are here.
yeah. I mean, you're fighting a good fight, bud. You're fighting a good fight.
I'd like to think so. I have over 50,000 people that agree. So,
Yes, yes. So, and
uh,
you've been growing, and I'm proud of you. And you know, you're getting all the rest of your friends wanting to jump into it. Me and Marshall, we're trying to get up there with you to just because it's fun. We like jumping in on your lives. It'd be fun to join your lives with you and just bullshit.
so next live will be tomorrow night,
I'll be
Sunday
in
night.
it. I'll be
So
in it.
for our listeners that listen to the podcast after it's been released, you'll hear this on Monday. Every day I usually go live. However, I was banned for TikTok live for misinformation during a truth or drink. How the
I don't know
fuck
how
that
that
happens?
happened.
I don't know.
I was in there that I don't know what you said, but someone got mad about something.
I don't know. I probably was talking about the RFGK or whatever the fuck his name is. JFK Jr.
JFK, yeah.
Yeah, I was probably talking about him because realistically, when it comes to, there's been a few things that I'm like, oh no, he sounds pretty good. You know, I mean, physically, he sounds like he's on death row.
Awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I can't listen to him. It hurts.
it
hurts. Like, could you
does.
imagine if this man wins and then we have to listen to that State of the Union address? Like, it'll take an hour and it'll just sound like my grandma who just got done smoking 3 cigarettes is just putting in some work. Like, I can't deal
At
with
the
that
same time,
voice.
it's a guy that has a voice impairment. It's not because of self-induced. It's because that's just how it is. And I'm sitting there like everyone that's making fun of him. I'm like, it could happen to you too. You know, like it's not a
So
big
what?
deal.
Why is his voice like that? You said what?
He suffers from a disorder. I don't know it off the top of
Okay.
my name, but
That sucks.
but
RFK Jr.
yeah,
Sorry.
RFK Jr. Sorry, I'm drunk. I haven't really eaten
I'm
all day.
catching up.
I've been selling a car, or I've been buying a car today. But oh yeah. Anyways, back to the cars. That Jeep. Whoever gets that Jeep, I guarantee you, if you press that start button 1 or 2 times, that transmission is gonna drop. That car is fucked. And
Well,
the Buick LaCrosse that she had before this also fucked. So I am
Lauren, what is with you in cars too? That's what I want to know. You're riding them hard.
when I drive, fuck yeah, dude. The Tundra's the only vehicle that's withstaying my foot.
That's like me. So you remember that Lexus, right? That I had.
Yeah.
Loved that Lexus. Loved it. But that rear diff, man, that was a problem. And we had a company up here. I don't know if you guys have them down there. It's called We Buy Any Car.
No.
Yeah, literally. And they would have a thing like online. We buy any car. I was like, all right, whatever. They buy any car. I detailed the fuck out of this. When I would drive it and you would hear grinding, like you would hear it and feel the grinding, I was like, there's no way I'm getting my payoff for this. They didn't even drive it, Connery. They looked at it. They had me drive it around, park it, get out of the car. They checked the paint and the interior and the mileage. They never drove the car.
See, that's what doesn't make sense to me because they looked at Lauren's car and I think they drove it for a second. Mind you, we turned off the AC because as a dealer, I know you turn off the AC to hear the car. The moment you turn on that AC, the vehicle shakes and just cranks at you. So they didn't turn on the AC. I'm happy about that. And if they did, it was while they were driving. It doesn't happen when you're driving. It happens when you're stopped. So I thought about this shit. I was like, if they turn on that button, they press that AC button, my equity is no longer equity, it's nequity. And I'm like,
It's nequity.
I was like, this ain't gonna be good, neggity eggity. And so I was like, okay, so we got by on that. But whoever gets that Jeep, you're fucked. If they sell that to you, they're assholes. They're assholes.
I
But
feel
anyways,
bad for that. I see his the comments over here for RFK. Like, what are your
his
thoughts
family's
on
back
him?
in Biden.
What do you mean his family? Like his spouse? Like I don't think there's a lot of Kennedys left, are there? Most of them were taken out.
Killing
Like, there's
these.
not a lot of Kennedys left.
Yeah, RFK, he's batshit crazy, major conspiracy theorist, absolutely. Anti-vaxxer who blames the Jewish community.
Whenever here's the thing, I've never seen that video to say that he has blamed a Jewish community or
saw
that
it.
he's anti-vaxxer. I don't know enough about him. I'm ignorant on this topic of this dude. I can't stand his voice enough to even listen to his policies, to be honest. I really can't.
I've listened to him. I've listened to his policies. They're not bad. The anti-vax one kind of threw me off a little bit, but he obviously, the way he talks, knows more about it than I do. So I'm sitting here like, okay, let's see what it's like. And then, but I have heard him say,
is he anti-vaccination or is he anti-mandation? There's a difference.
yes.
Yes,
Both.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
so-
like I'm anti like mandation, but I like we have studies and info, and we should put that out with positive information to help people get vaccinations correctly.
Right.
You're always gonna have a percentage of people that never want to do it, but like I am not for mandating vaccines.
I think vaccinations are good.
Yes.
For example, polio.
Right.
But you
Or the
start.
common flu.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He is vax, and so his points, and from what hearing him talk, he talks about mercury. Yes, there's two different types of mercury: the way your body metabolizes it versus the way it lasts in your body. Anyways, mercury, as you can tell from looking at, I don't want to say anything about ageism. I'm trying to step away from hating old people. But I won't say
That's who banned you on TikTok. Some 80-year-old lady that was like, he made a joke about my age.
So my demographics are 65 plus. 40% of them are 65 plus, and I find that ironic.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah. So I'm trying to keep an open mind, but at the same time, I won't say old people. I'll say
Elderly.
people who ate lead and inject mercury on a daily basis and probably smoke 50 packs of Marlboro Lights. No.
That's half of Florida, bro. Fuck off.
It's 83% of Florida. Thank you very much. So yeah, but when it comes to the vaccination side, I have heard him say, yes, I'm not happy with vaccinations. Yes, there are some vaccinations that have been beneficial, but they've had extensive testing. The mandation side of things, he's anti-mandation because of the COVID vaccine. And I can understand that. As a man who's twice vaxxed voluntarily, I also haven't had COVID. I find it kind of ironic that people are dying from it, but at the same time, whatever. Yeah,
The boomer remover didn't do a great job, did it?
Oh, yeah, we have talked about that, and I hope nobody finds that podcast. The boomer remover. Holy shit.
That's gonna be on TikTok now. No.
Yeah. So there has been conspiracies out there saying that it was designated to wipe out 65 plus, right? And I was sitting there like, well, is it the worst thing out there? Probably, but sure, we'll go with that. Anyways, let's have a drink.
Yeah, cheers, Bob.
Cheers, Bob.
Cheers.
Anyways, I don't mind old people. I just hate ignorant old people.
How
hate
old
ignorant people
is-
in general.
How old is RFK? How old is he?
I don't know, 67.
No, he's got to be in the 70s, right? Says he in his 60s? At least he's younger than fucking Biden and Trump.
Oh,
But I'm tired.
1954.
54?
1954 is when he was born.
Okay, so he's not bad. But I mean, I'm just tired of these older politicians. Can we not get someone that's in their fucking 40s or 50s? Like,
Oh, he's
please?
69.
He's 69. Okay, he's almost 70. During his presidency, he'll be in his 70s. Can we please have someone who is like, I don't know, competent and within their 40s and 50s? Please. Like, or people just go out and vote for the woman that actually has a doctorate degree. Like, maybe go for Joe. Maybe she'll do it this time. Who knows?
Joe?
Joe Jorgensen.
Oh yeah, Joe Jorgensen. How's she doing? She's
running again.
Is she good for her?
Yeah.
She's
Only candidate so far with a doctoral degree, so let's go for her, please. Someone educated,
I will
someone
say
young,
that
first female as a president. I'd vote for her. Absolutely.
Out of the following that I have made one video where I talked about Marianne Williamson and the hate I got. Holy shit.
So I don't know. Who is that?
Marianne Williamson is a Democrat, really good policies, great voice. She's got no problem standing up against people, but people have the idea that she's a flipper. So she'll get in and then flip to a Republican basis, right?
I don't give a fuck anymore. They both suck. Just get someone in there young.
I'm thinking about it. in a logical sense. Why the fuck would you be voted in as a Democrat, implement people that have Democratic views, and then flip? It doesn't make sense why you would do that. Why? Bipartisanship would fail.
You could argue Obama did the very thing.
Yeah, you could.
He's a very moderate president as a Democrat.
The
Very
fucking
moderate.
hate that I got though. Everyone's like, "How the fuck would you vote for that flipper?" And I'm sitting there thinking, like, for starters,
Was she? Wait,
it doesn't make sense to flip. It wouldn't make sense because you would
Has she
have
done it before?
No,
So she's never been a Republican.
she's
or
had
run
Republican
under
views, but she's running under Democrat. But at the same
But has
time,
she ever run for an office
I don't
under the
know.
Republican Party?
I don't know. About
If
that.
not, then there's no credible backing to your statement.
Gretchen Whitmer. I don't know anything about her, Jim. He's in the chat. She's the Crystal Queen. Last time I met a Crystal Queen, I could not stand her. She was, like,
down on 8th Street, bro.
she was like, "You need these crystals. Hang them up on your wall to protect you from demons."
Oh, I was thinking of meth, but okay.
The 49th governor of Michigan.
Oh no. Wait, is it the one that like was threatened and stuff and Michigan hated her for years?
She's an American lawyer and politician. Those are two really good categories that people respect.
I do like Michigan, but whoever the lady was for Michigan not long ago, my thing is you have so many cities that are having problems with water, and if you're the governor and you have one that's iconic and known as Flint, why not pour some money into, like, I don't know, establishing better water for that city versus just shipping in bottles of Nestle?
I was
Like-
going to say, like, it comes down to the state. So people talk about if you have a governor that's running for office, right? For example, DeSantis doesn't give a fuck about his state during his presidential campaign. That's blatantly obvious.
Right.
Why would you vote for him as a president? You know,
Right.
you look at Michigan, right? Jobs on the DL. You have water in a crisis in Flint, and what's been done about it. I don't know. I don't know anything about her. I don't know enough about her. I guess I'm reading up on her now, but at the same time,
I'm just not much of a person that looks at party lines. I'm sorry. I'm like, I hate people that are just like, vote red no matter what, vote blue no matter what. Like, I look at policies in the person. I'm sorry.
it's
I'm
'cause
not
you're
gonna just
independent.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look and just vote Republican or Democratic solely based off that party, because fuck that. It's got us nowhere in life in this country. It's done nothing good for us.
You know what else I'm tired of?
Politics in general.
Yeah, nowadays I kind of wish, and I've tried doing my TikTok in other fucking platforms, or not other platforms, but other genres,
Subjects.
like cooking. I thought I could do cooking
Cooking with Conrad again.
seductively. No, it would be seasoning with Sean, because I don't
Oh,
like
seasoning with Sean. Yeah,
I don't go by
I like
Connor.
that one.
I know,
I like that.
a little spicy action, but
Yeah,
anyways,
and you just turn around. You're wearing just an apron and you turn around, your butt cheek show.
yeah, I was gonna do an OnlyFans like that. But anyways, I tried doing that. It didn't catch on. I was like, all right, fuck it. I am strictly Florida politics. If my TikTok doesn't start with the Republicans told us the Democrats would do this, it doesn't take off. And I'm sitting there like, all right, well, this is my niche. I got to stick to it now. I have other shit I like to do. Like, my TikTok is wee little 2% of my life. And I would love to do cooking. I love to do fitness. I would love to do what do you call that? Where you make people horny?
A prostitute?
No. No.
No.
Oh yeah, LGBTQ stances. I also have that. So I have immigration. When I talk about immigration, or if I talk about LGBTQ, or if I talk about politics, those are my three things. I can hit that. People eat it up, and
Those are hitting notes though for all of TikTok. Like, no matter what, if you talk about those things,
Thirst
you're gonna
trap.
get
Thank you,
traction.
Jim. Jim's in the chat. Thirst trap. I would like to do thirst traps. I think I've got a bare body. I might as well use and abuse it.
I thought you were a wolf.
I used to be a wolf when I had the six pack. Now I'm a bear because I have a thick keg and a thick dumpy.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I weigh 250 pounds, Paul, and I have a six
It's all right.
pack.
I have a friend of mine who is in the LGBTQ community at work, and I love him to death. He's
Yeah.
amazing. He's an otter, is what he tells me. And based on what he has told me, yeah, he fits the description to a T. Um,
Wait,
but
what's an
like
otter? Is that like
it's like a good looking, skinny, gay man, like
hairy or
active
not
and
hairy?
fit, not as hairy. He's bald and like
Oh,
has a little bit of stubble, and he's like shaved, like he's I guess he says he's an otter. Or and then he was telling me there's twinks and twunks. Twinks are like young twinks, and then twunks are old twinks. He was breaking it all down for me at work. I was very interested. I was like, "Can you
so
explain this to me?"
the gay community, which I love appealing to. I'm straight
I would
as
too
the
would
die
like
is yard.
to
Yeah,
do
I see
thirst
Jim.
traps.
Jim is if you've
Otter
ever
is a young bear in the making.
young bear in the
Oh,
making.
well, he's too skinny then. I don't know if he's gonna be a bear.
No, he'll be a
He could
wolf.
be if he bulked up, but he's a skinny, tall, lovable, flamboyant man. I don't know. He's just awesome. I love the man.
Um, so anyways, the gay community. Back to that. I
Yeah.
love them. They crack me up. They're fucking awesome, and they make
Yeah.
you feel really good, especially when you're straight. So
Oh yeah, if you're a straight man that has depression or does like has confidence issues, go to a gay club. You will feel amazing about yourself.
one drink will get you fucked up. Two drinks, you're taking it in the ass. I guarantee it. So they sent me a color chart, and it's like a wristband when you're at a gay bar, and they're like, pick your color, and mind you, it's a chart of like 50 different fucking colors, and it's left and right arm. So if you wear like a color on your right arm, it means something. If you wear it on your left arm, it means something. And they're like, Sean, pick out your colors. I was like, holy fuck, I didn't know how to do fucking Pythagorean theorem to figure out
I'm
my color.
colorblind. That would do terrible. I'd be like, can someone tell me what color this is?
They are entertaining, Jim. So I was sitting there, I guess I'm a teddy bear because I like cuddling. I love cuddling. My wife doesn't, so that kind of sucks. So I cuddle with my dogs when I go to bed. And
I feel
I'm also there was another color. So I was like royal blue or something like that, and a teddy bear. Teddy bear is a color apparently, and I was like, this is how it would be. And, as I'm doing this motion.
Am I skiing or
Or
am
am I
in
at a gay bar? Am I skiing? He's in a gay bar. Shit. Anyways.
So wait, so there's not one for like for like, hey, I am a straight man, but I'm here to enjoy fun with my friends. Like that, it's just like pick one.
I think it's ally. I think it's ally.
Ally.
Yeah. Can you guess what color the yellow hanky is? You like being peed on. Good guess.
No, is that really what it is?
Oh, so it is
Jim,
fetish
don't
based.
tell me that's that.
It's
Oh,
fetish
so it
based.
is.
Yeah. So the color
Okay.
code's fetish based. So there's like if you like being shit on is a color, right? Yeah. Or it's a color, but it's also dependent on which arm it's on. So, like I said, you have to perform the Pythagorean theorem
See-
to figure out if you want to pee in somebody's ass. Okay.
All this reminds me of is middle school when we had to like live strong, different kind of bands. all
Lauren
on our
said the
arm.
same thing. She was like, you know how the bear that you got the bear rubber band. This is the shape of a bear. You take it off, but it's rainbow colored bear. That means you like this. I'm like, fuck off. I don't know. It's
Oh
too
my
much to
God.
think about.
So like, what happens if you like someone's like, I like all of that. They're like, you have all the bands.
You like being fisted in the ass while being peed on, while sucking a dick and being shit on.
It's
I don't know.
everything.
It's everything.
Everything.
Which I'm not a man to hate on somebody's fetish. Like, for example,
No.
I got this gay guy, Will, who hops in my live stream, and he's got a burp fetish.
A burp.
Yeah, he
Bro,
said if
send him my way. I burp and fart like no other.
he would
Let's
love
go,
you.
bro.
Yeah, he would
I'll
love you.
send you videos.
I love the guy though. He's really nice. He comes in. He was like, "Hey, here's like a galaxy or whatever. When you get a chance, give me a good one." I'm like, "Okay." I'm not gonna try to force him, but yeah, you burp when you're working out. So I do a few deadlifts. All of a sudden, a big gulp of water, burp comes out. Jim, on the other hand, he's one of my moderators. I do enjoy having Jim in there. He's one of my original live stream followers. I appreciate the fuck out of Jim. And there's this one time, this chick, I think it was a chick probably, hops in and she said something really fucked up. Like she was like, if your daughter was in this, would you fuck her type of shit? And I was like, I didn't see
Excuse
it.
me?
I didn't see that because I was doing something. And Jim messages me. He's like, "Hey, by the way, I had to mute this person. She said this." And I was like, "No, that's exactly why you're my moderator. I trust you to make
Can I
these
be a
decisions."
moderator too? Because I am always reading through those comments during that shit. It's hilarious.
I'll make you moderate. But like, if you talk about my wife or you talk about my kid, you can be permanently banned for all I fucking care is how I think about it.
Right.
But at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
time, you can say whatever the fuck you want about me personally. It can be politics, skin color, you can be whoever you want to be against me. Do not ban, do not mute. Moment you start talking about my family,
That's different.
you could
Yeah.
die.
Yeah. That's different.
I would even support your GoFundMe. Reshare? No. Sean for the win. Where are his hands?
Oh.
Yeah.
Where are your hands?
Right now on my balls.
I knew it.
Yeah.
They're
Taking it.
massive. He has to hold them up.
Not anymore.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Testosterone.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a hell of a drug.
So I started I started taking TRT. And I'm so it is
So
replacement.
you're not
therapy.
even natty, bro? How dare you?
I'm not blasting 500. I'm taking like a therapeutic regimen dosage. I'm not taking anything too crazy. Because
so you're not like the Liver King taking $10,000 worth of steroids a month?
no, I'm taking fucking like $60.
I'm sorry, but if I'm like, if that man if he dies in the next 20 years, I won't be surprised. Like his heart might explode from how much drugs he takes with how much lifting he does.
There's Jim. He's in the chat. So that chick said she wanted to dress as your daughter and have your way with her.
Oh yeah, that's a big old no, bro.
So Jim went ahead and like blocked her, and I was like, yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, no, that's a no for me, dog. That's fucked up.
So
That's fucked up.
with the banning process, though. So occasionally,
TikTok is weird with that. How does that like work?
If I talk politics, it's an automatic. I'm getting a week ban. Republicans hop in there, and Republicans.
Why? What? So much for freedom of speech, right?
It's not that. It's they see a hairy shirtless man talking politics, and they're like, this guy's obviously a FAG, and they're like, he's whatever. He's
Ban
against
him.
the Bible, yeah. And I get a week ban. I do. It is what it is. So I try not to talk politics on the live stream. On my TikTok, though, I can get 1.9 million views, and they're like, yeah, no, this is fine. Fuck it. I was like, okay, cool.
Because his shirt's on and he's parked. But if you were driving, ban.
Actually, I do get silence if I'm driving. So I have auto mod kicked in on Jim. I mean the hands of the guy when you burp. Oh yeah, no, he's definitely. I've had a few guys message me and say I've definitely came to your video on live, and I'm like, good for you, bud.
Thank you for haunting my dreams. Okay.
No, here. I'm not gonna say their name by any means, but for example.
Oh, he's going through the DMs.
Yeah, let's go through this real quick. I'm not saying his name because he is one of my live guys. He said, I always enjoy your live videos. I hate missing them sometimes. I'd be falling asleep without my phone charging. And then he says, it really sucks not seeing you go live right now. I'm drinking. I'm at my buddy's house, which I used to live, but his ass is over here asleep. Like shit, he better be lucky I ain't pulled my junk out and nut all over him for the hell of it.
What is wrong with people?
I didn't respond to that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't
respond to that one. And I said, he said, next day, he said, gonna get lit for you tonight, bro. Can't wait till you go live. I said, I'm still lifting, got some new shorts for the next live, which is true. One of my followers sent me some new shorts and a pair of socks, and I'm going to wear them on the next live, and that's it.
Yeah, your people are so upset that you lift barefoot. They are offended.
You don't understand
barefoot.
how, like, it's really good for your health, lifting barefoot for starters.
Until you drop a weight on that bad boy.
That doesn't happen if you lift right, for starters. Anyways, he says, hey, I hope you don't mind, but I totally come every time you're lifting on live. And I said, dude, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't bother me. Like, I'm sitting here like it doesn't. Like, I'm not one to shame somebody for a fetish. For starters, Paul, you and I have had post-nut clarity on something we nutted to, and we're like,
yeah.
You
worse than me, but yeah.
Oh, for sure. Totally, 100%. I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm like,
there.
I'm like, did I
did I fucking do that? You're like, yeah, you did, Bob. Here, drink this.
Fucking, my wife is in the chat now. She's like,
you
Oh god, hey honey, no. I'm sitting there afterwards. I'm like, God, what did I do to get attracted to an oak tree? You know?
Ogre is what I would say, not oak tree.
No, it was an oak tree.
But yeah, there was
I was
some.
younger. I was definitely younger.
Yeah,
It happens.
you had some things for bigger women for a while, for real. Like T-Rex was one of them. That shit was nuts. I'll never forget that day when you're like, "Hey, my ex is coming over to grab some stuff," and I was like, "Oh, your ex? I've never even met this woman or heard you talk about her." He's like, "Yeah, well, she's changed a lot," and I was like, "Okay, I don't even care if you're shaking it." We're sitting up there, and this man, or like, we're sitting in a chair, and I have my bourbon glass and a water glass sitting on the top, and like, the fucking water starts shaking like Jurassic Park. I'll never forget it. After
There's
the day I die.
Look, Shallow Hal over here doesn't understand. For me, appearance is 20% of it, right? I like a good conversation.
Agreed.
I like somebody that I can have a conversation with and be as
I'm
absolute.
not hating on her
And
as a woman. It was
there's
just a funny
reciprocation.
situation.
There's
We
reciprocation on
we
comfortability, okay?
we just watched Jurassic Park before that, bro. That's
We
why it was
did.
funny.
We did. We
It
watched it and
can't
I looked at the bourbon in the whiskey glass and I was like, it just
and I
the
looked at it, was like, oh
ripples.
no. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, and then she to be fair though, that woman that we're talking about, I'm still friends with her. I think
I think
she's
she's very nice when I met her. It was
yeah.
just because we watched that movie. We're sitting out drunk on your porch, and you're like, she's stopping by to grab some stuff, and then all of a sudden I just see the glass.
Fucking Lawrence in the chat. He likes them big. He likes
He
them
likes some
chunky.
chunky.
There ain't nothing wrong with a little cushion for the pushing. Okay, I'm just saying.
No
that.
hate. I'm a big man. I get it. No hate there.
Yeah, I'm a fucking big man. I'm 250 pounds.
But as Fluffy says, there is big, and
And
then
then
there's
damn. Yeah, yeah. I don't like damn. I don't like damn.
that was a damn moment.
Damn is a little unsanitary.
Mm-hmm.
Like the belly button.
Oh, Lauren, you are not big. Shut up. Stop
Yeah,
it.
she's
Little pipsqueak of a mouse. You're
fucking
great.
thirsty
We love
for
you.
compliments. She's like, I got a new RAV4. I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Anyways, what were we?
Hey,
We actually had a topic today to talk about, and we didn't
we
even
didn't,
touch
we
it.
didn't do any of it.
Let's have
any
a
of
drink.
it.
Let's have a drink real quick, and let's
Cheers.
talk about this poor kid. He's a kid. Let's talk about him.
Kid. Oh. I don't know about poor kid. It's his own dumbass fault for running across the border.
Fair enough. He's still a fucking kid, though.
Okay, so
You look back. You
This
look back and you
week-
tell me a fucking what is he? Like a E2? He's probably
was
all of 19.
So on July 18th,
Travis
we
King.
consider a U.S. defector. Yes, Travis, he was already getting kicked out of the military, is what we heard from senior officials. He's a troubled private, second class pro Travis in South Korea, already facing charges and dishonorable something. He had like drug charges and assault
Oh.
or whatever.
He's 23. No, he definitely
23.
got it. He got what
Yeah.
he deserved.
So he was on a tour of the facility where, like, you know, how north and south face each other. It's like where they look at each other all day and just like growl at each other. I don't even know. By the way, they're on that tour, and during that tour, led by MPs, like military police force, he books it across the opening onto North Korean soil, and they chased after him until the 49 parallel, and now he's in custody, and they're all everyone's like, oh my god, he had top secret clearance. I promise you, as someone who also had secret clearance in the military, at that level, when you are just a fucking skeeter wing or a private, you're not knowing enough. You what, how to PMCS a vehicle? Like, that's what you want. Oh no, he learned to PMCS a fucking Bradley or a fucking MRAP.
For civilians, what's PMCS?
It's going over the vehicle for maintenance. It's from normal maintenance. So you're like checking the vehicle to see if it's deadline for, like, oh, it has leaking oil, or like the door doesn't close correctly. Like, you're not getting top secret fucking info from the Pentagon, like the fucking Air Forceman that was a fucking like first class sergeant. Like, no, you're not gonna have that info as a private like that. Like, I had top secret clearance. I didn't learn nothing that was top secret except for how to take apart an M249 saw and put it back together and clean out a fucking LMTV. Like that's you don't know enough. So this dickhead ran across the 49th parallel over into North Korea saying like, I have top secret clearance, let me live. And now what? You're going to live over there with the communists and realize that you're not getting enough food and you have to eat beetles as well to survive? Like, what did you want from this?
That was oddly specific.
Because that's what happens.
You're like, you won't believe how I take this pipe cleaner and put it in my adjective. And
My adjective.
anyways, so on Tuesday, so what, for the listeners, 6 days ago, Army Private Travis Keene made it fuck that word, decision to cross the border into North Korea while on
The
civilian
demilitarized
tour
zone. Yeah.
of Panmunjom. Panmunjom? I don't know.
Yes, Panmunjom.
A truce village. Anyways, as of now, though, there's a lot of uncertainty to Keene's location, status, and the reasons behind his unexpected action. It remains completely unclear. U.S. officials, though, including Army Secretary Christine Wormuth. Fuck, let's have a drink real quick. I'll drink every time I fuck up a word.
Keep drinking.
Have voiced their deep concern given North Korea's track record with detained Americans. So it brings up a story, though. Do you remember Otto Warmbier?
No, but what a name.
Yeah. So Otto Warmbier was a U.S. college
Warm
student.
beer. That's right. Warm beer.
B-I-E-R.
Oh, God. I thought that
Warm
would be
beer.
cool. Like, no one likes warm beer.
Oh, poor guy. Now, obviously, nobody did like him because he spent 17 months imprisoned in North Korea. And when he was returned back to the U.S., he died while he was in coma. He came basically on his deathbed in 2017. So 2000.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Like, there are people literally risking their lives and their life of their family members to just exit that country. You think running into it's going to be better than going to a U.S. jail? You're insane.
Yeah.
You get meals. You get a place to sleep. Shit, I had a buddy who got out after 6 years. He got a tablet while he was in there. It's better in U.S. prison than it is in North Korea. I promise you that.
So let's go ahead and just kind of discuss the hypotheticals. So one of the hypotheticals is we'll never see him again. We won't. He's probably dead. He's 23 years old, and now he's gonna die. Right? That's a hypothetical.
Very possible. Or they're going to use him as leverage.
On track record, he's probably gonna die. But say he does get released. What do you think's gonna happen to this guy when he gets back to U.S. soil?
He's a defector, and he left his duty station, and he was already getting charged, so he's going to prison.
While he was on civilian leave, though,
But he's
on a tour.
He booked it into a demilitarized zone, into a hostile area with a combatant force that we have been in having constant problems with since 1959.
So
I don't think that's a good idea.
So on Snapchat, if you go to Snapchat and location, the video is no longer there and it was quickly removed. But if you heard about it and you could, so I saw it on Tuesday. On Tuesday, it was late night Tuesday. You were able to see this video of his buddies recording him and laughing. He was laughing like, ha ha ha, and went in there and then was detained. It's gone now. This video doesn't exist. I can't find it.
There's nothing funny about that. I'm sorry. You have shitty friends.
You're 23
if you were
years
doing
old.
something, I get it, but if you were doing something like that, I would not be laughing taking that video. I would be screaming at the top of my lungs for you to get back.
Yeah. Well, either way, he comes back to the U.S. He's probably gonna be put in prison.
Right. And if he does get out of prison, he might get clout because he's like, I crossed the 49th and no one else did.
Fuck me. He's another one of those. What was that cocksucker? Rickenbacker? No. What was that?
Rickenbacker's an Air Force base.
No. Who was that kid that was in Florida? He came down to Florida. Rittenhouse.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
He's gonna he's gonna have that type of clout.
That's a little bit of a different scenario.
He's gonna come out. He's gonna be like, you won't believe what I did to them North Koreans.
Or what they did to him.
Yeah. Do you think they? Never mind. I ain't gonna say that one out loud. Anyways,
No, I wouldn't.
So he was Otto Warmbier, poor Warmbier, rest in peace. He was released by North Korea in a vegetative state. He died soon after his parents requested his feeding tube be removed. He was on a guided tour on December 29th, 2015, and on January 2nd, 2016, he was arrested at Pyongyang International Airport while awaiting departure from the country. completely different scenario. He was convicted of attempting to steal propaganda poster from his hotel. So the dude took a poster from his hotel that probably said like, North Korea is the best.
Praise the high leader or whatever. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I did hear you're not allowed. Like, if you're allowed to go to North Korea, you have to take a flight from like Singapore or like a different country. You can go there as an American, but you have to, one, you're not allowed to remove any propaganda. Two, if you do take a photo and you're in public, it has to be at the certain angle and it has to make the supreme leader look majestic, or it has to look right, and they'll check it even. And then you can't have any videos or anything while you're walking. And if you do, you can't. You have to be still. Like, you can't walk and take videos. Like, imagine that. Like, people do that all the time here in America. You could not do that there. You'll get arrested. Like, they have crazy laws.
So I guess what happened was he took a sleeping pill and he fell into coma due to botulism. He was freed later that month and still in comatose state after 17 months in captivity. He was repatriated to the United States and arrived in Cincinnati, Ohio. He was taken to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center for immediate evaluation and treatment. Warmbier never, though, regained consciousness and died on June 19th, 2017, 6 days after his return to the United States. His parents requested the feeding tube removed. Anyways, the coroner's report stated that he died from an unknown injury causing lack of oxygen to the brain. I got a drink.
Lax.
Yep. Non-invasive internal scans did not find any signs of fracture to the skull, though. So they hit him softly. In 2019, U.S.
How do you just do that with a straight face? So they hit him softly. I'm sorry. I'm about to pee myself
I was in the
because
car
like I'm
business.
holding it.
In 2019, U.S. President Donald Trump caused controversy after saying he believed the word of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un that Kim was not responsible for Warmbier's death. Of course, he said that. In response, Warmbier's parents criticized Trump for making excuses for Kim and his evil regime.
But okay, here, think about this though. You have a president who was the first since what? I don't even know what president crossed the 49th parallel with them. He was the first president to do so. And he was on the verge of trying to make some peace negotiations and talks between those two nations. And then this situation happened. Of course, he's going to like take the siding that makes it easier for the global politics than he is for a well, how old was he? 18-year-old kid? Like,
yeah, sure.
17-year-old
I've already
kid?
clicked off of it.
Yeah, like, come on, guys. You got to think bigger picture, and he was. I'm not taking Trump's side by any means, but like if I was the president, I'm worrying about the world political spectrum versus that.
I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, guys, gals, theys, and them, thank you so much for listening to Drunkscussions podcast. You can find our merch wherever merch can be found. I'm not going to say it, but
It's all attached to the links.
it's
Just click
attached.
the links, boys and girls.
If you want to watch the podcast live, Jim's in the chat. Paul, how far are you from Erie? About 2 hours.
2 hours.
if
I
you
have a
wanna-
lake house up there, actually.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch the podcast live every single Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can watch us there. You can join in on the chat, just like Jim, my wife, and Logan did.
Or join Connery on his Sean on his TikTok, or me on mine, and we're going to try to talk about more stuff and get ideas for the podcast. So, I mean,
Yeah.
join in, follow, like, subscribe on all of our platforms. It just helps us grow, and we get more stuff for you guys. So we appreciate everything you guys do, and keep spreading the good word.
I'm picking your nose with my cursor. Oh, it's back on me. Anyways, love you all so much. Thank you so much for listening to Drunkscussions podcast.
I hate you.
With that being said, peace.
Peace.